Developing tonight at 5 as House Republicans work to raise support for the big, beautiful bill. Olmsted County nonprofits are banding together to stand against federal funding cuts and insurance requirement changes. Healthcare facilities and food shelves believe the legislation could force nonprofits to turn away Minnesotans in need. KIMT News 3's Evan Berg is joining us live from Channel 1 Regional Food Bank in Rochester with reaction from a joint press conference earlier today. Evan.
That's right, Jess. At that joint press conference today, there were healthcare providers such as the Fernbrook Family Center and nonprofits like Channel 1 Regional Food Bank and Second Harvest Heartland. And they were speaking against Trump's bill. However, GOP leaders believe the legislation will move President Trump's tax cuts forward and improve welfare programs.
You have a piece of legislation that is this comprehensive and with so many agenda items involved. You're going to have lots of different priorities and preferences among people because they represent different districts and they have different interests. But we can't make everyone 100% happy.
Today, programs shared concerns about how additional work requirements and funding changes could impact programs like SNAP and Medicaid under Trump's bill. Adults would have to work, volunteer, or study 80 hours a month to qualify for enrollment, unless they have an exception. Second Harvest Heartland says there are over 450,000 SNAP recipients in Minnesota who depend on food assistance every day. If a fraction of those recipients lose access due to new rules or lack of funding, the nonprofit says the burden could fall on local food shelves.
Any increase in demand in Southeast Minnesota, and I think it's safe to say statewide, is a huge problem.
We're not meeting the full need today, and a 20% or 30% cut to SNAP is going to increase the strain on food shelves and by extension food banks. And as Virginia said, there's no way, given the scale of the SNAP program, that we can, through charity alone, make up that gap.
The executive director of Channel 1 says, due to the concerns about increased demand, staff are preparing for the possibility that in a few years they may have to turn some customers down. Live in Rochester, Evan Berg, KIMT News 3.
All right. Thank you, Evan, for that live report. President Trump's goal has been to pass the legislation ahead of the 4th of July holiday. Right now, the bill is going before U.S. House lawmakers for a second reading.